lot of cleavage. I'm sorry.
I like it.
It's a lot.
Of course I want you because you're in so many of my favorite comedies.
Oh, yay. I'm happy to hear that.
So, did you always have that comedic element, or did you just kind of fall into it?
You know what? I always like to make people laugh. I feel like life is tough enough, so let's lighten some loads. And me and my brother used to crack jokes and stuff for our mom, so I think it started there, but, you know, it's all just foolishness and shenanigans.
So, you said something recently that I thought was very important because you know what, you said that you're tired of playing the sassy black woman. Can you speak a little bit about that? Because I think this is a time for conversation about juicier roles, not just for women of color. Tell me more.
You know, I kind of feel like people of color, women of color, are kind of relegated to that role as if that's all we are. And the problem that I have with the phrase sassy black woman is that B. Arthur was sassier than any woman that's ever lived. Yeah. Doris Roberts was sassier than any woman that ever lived. Yet they get to be a woman having a sassy moment.
Right.
Or a woman having a sassy arc on their shows. But black women, for some reason, that becomes the totality of who we are. And I feel like that's unfair.
You know what I think you should do? Do you ever watch Key and Peele?
I do.
Did you see the segment where they took on the classic lines that black men have to say in projects?
Yes, yes.
Maybe you could do something like that for the women in the industry.
The funny thing is, every role I have, or every audition I have, one of those lines is in there. You know what I mean?
What are some of those lines?
Kind of asked, I don't want to do them here, but we've actually been asked to kind of jive it up.
Yeah.
Or be more urban, or be more black. And it's like, I know what black is. I'm giving you the fullness of who I am, and this needs to be enough. You see what I'm saying? And no one else is asked to do that. Can you white it up?
I mean, I don't even know what that means.
Exactly, because it's not a stereotype.
Right.
But for black people, it is. So it's kind of rough. But you know, we'll get through it. I'm happy to be working in Hollywood. I'm happy to have a voice to be able to speak about it.
Yeah.
I'm happy that people like you will ask me about it. So as long as we're talking about it and having a dialogue, it could change for the better.
But do you feel like with The Office and Community that you had a different space? Because I feel like with shows like that, to me, they were more subtle humor, because both those, you got to have a certain sense of humor to get the jokes.
Yes,
you know what
I think that we're allowed, again, to show the fullness of who we are now, more than ever. And it's up to every actor. We have more power than we know. And so if you're a person of color and they ask you to do something, like I was just talking to an Indian actor, and he said that he's always asked to put on the accent, which he doesn't have in real life.
Right.
So he's asked to do the accent, and every time he goes into an audition, he has to decide, am I going to do it or not? Is this the day that I take a stand and go, I'm funny, trust me, I don't have to do the accent. And I talked to Ken Jeong about this too. He's asked to do the accent. And it's like, if you talk to Ken Jeong, he doesn't have an accent.
No, I've interviewed him.
Why does he have to put on an accent just because he's Asian?
But I want to hear, you have a new show with BET coming out?
I have a mini-series that I'm doing with BET. They're doing a mini-series of the group New Edition, who spawned Boys to Men, and Johnny Gill and Bobby Brown and Michael Bivins discovered Boys to Men. And they're doing a 6-hour mini-series about their life from 1978 to 2005. And I'm playing Michael Bivins' mom, Shirley Bivins. So I'm super excited about that.
I love it. Anything else that we should look out for you in?
The Odd Couple, coming back October 17th on
The Odd Couple?
CBS. Yeah, 3rd season.
I love it.
Yes.
That's awesome. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, honey. Thanks for the great questions. Those great questions.
That means a lot to me, because I started my network. This is my network.
This is you?
Yeah, CiGi TV is mine, because my name's Cassidy Gard, so it's my initials. I started it so that I could ask the questions I want to ask.
Stuff that matters. So it's not just what dress are you wearing, who did your makeup, who cares? This matters.
Can I have a hug?
Of course you can.
I love you. I can't wait to interview you again soon. Nice to meet you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.